Pokemon Legends Arceus drops in just 24 hours, and I got 10 things for you guys to know before you start playing the game. Let's get to it. Here's your mandatory spoiler alert, guys. If you want to avoid spoilers, turn away now. Number 1 is, it doesn't matter what starter you pick, folks. You will be able to get all 3 starters again, if you so wish, throughout the game. And you will be able to find them in the wild. Not only that, but if you go towards the end of the game, you will get all 3 given to you as well. So if you didn't manage to catch any of them in the wild throughout your playthrough, which I find very surprising, you're still going to get all 3 just handed to you at some point much later on. Not only that, but you will also be able to get all 3 Sinnoh starters in the wild quite easily, as well as their evolutions in alpha form. So very, very nice, very strong companions to have. So which starter you pick doesn't matter. Don't get fixated on that at the beginning of the game. Just pick anything and enjoy it. Number 2, I recommend working on your stars, at least up until 6 stars as you play through the story, because those are going to unlock certain items that you're going to need and find very useful, like Ultra Balls, Great Balls, and other balls, as well as making higher level Pokemon that you can catch really easily in the wild and early on. They'll make them obey you. So these stars actually kind of act a little bit like gym badges. But the game itself, or playing through the story, doesn't force you to do the stars. I actually managed to get to pretty much the end game without having Ultra Balls at all. So I recommend trying to work on them up until 6 stars at least, which you can probably achieve somewhere mid-game, which I did not do myself. Number 3 is, when you're playing through the game, I do recommend picking up a bunch of items. The 3 items to focus on, which are for crafting the 3 main Pokeball types, which is Pokeball, Great Ball, and Ultra Ball. And by the way, Ultra Ball are really, really strong in this game, so I highly recommend you do this, is to constantly collect the red ores, the apricorns from the trees, and the iron ore, because you're going to be needing as many balls as you can. This is going to save you a lot of money from having to buy them at the store. Instead, you're just going to be able to make your own, and you're going to be able to make a lot, because you're going to be using balls like crazy out there. You will be. And if you have Ultra Balls, everything's going to be so much easier. Number 4, whenever you see a Time Distortion coming up, stick around and use it, because inside you're going to get extraordinarily valuable items, which you can pick up. I highly recommend riding around on Weird Deer and picking up everything, and then you're also going to be able to find extraordinarily rare Pokemon sometimes, which you're going to need for your decks. And rare Pokemon like that, I'm talking about Porygon, I'm talking about the fossil Pokemon. You gotta use these Time Distortions as they come up. Otherwise, you're going to be grinding a little bit at the end of the game, trying to get your decks completed and so on. But not only that, like, everything inside of these are extraordinarily useful. Like I said, the items, you're going to be able to get items that are used for crafting other items that you'll be able to sell for just money, a lot of money. And you're also going to get all these free trade and evolution items and so on, not to mention obviously the Pokemon that you'll need. So definitely do that. You'll be able to get to know what Pokemon spawn in what areas and different Time Distortions. It's extremely valuable to do that. Number 5, by the way, you don't need Nintendo Switch Online for this game. There are a couple of nice, cute little online features here, but you don't actually need it to complete the decks. You'll be able to get every single Pokemon, including the trade evolutions and all the item evolution Pokemon, all by yourself. First of all, every single one of them, including the trade evolutions, spawn in the wild as alpha Pokemon, and all the item evolution Pokemon do as well. So you'll definitely be able to get them, and you will also be able to get the items themselves to evolve the Pokemon fairly easily from side quests, from the Time Distortions, or you can just even buy them straight up. This brings me to number 6, guys. Do the side quests. There are a lot of side quests. They're really fun. They actually buff up your town as time progresses. You actually develop the town as you do quests, and they unlock other quests as time progresses too. You also get extraordinarily useful items sometimes out of some of the quests. Things that will allow you to get the brand new evolutions. Things that are just in general used for evolving, and all sorts of things for leveling up as well. Always check your map when you go to a new area after you've managed to complete a part of the story or you've gotten a new star, because new side quests will become available all the time. And don't forget to check around your village as you develop it. New buildings coming in, new services as well. So very, very useful to do those. Number 7, guys. There are no EVs and no IVs in this game. Instead, you have something called effort levels, which you can get items quite easily for leveling them up. They kind of work in the same way. You use an item to level up the effort level of the Pokemon. But you can level up every single effort level for all your Pokemon up to level 10. So you don't have to choose between maxing out the EVs for attack and speed or something like that. You can just level up everything to 10 if you wish. And you'll be able to do that fairly easily. You'll be able to farm the items that are required to do that quite easily. This is definitely a much simpler method than having IVs and EVs. It just makes sure that you, having a Pokemon, you'll be able to use it to max effect if you get a Pokemon that you want. You don't have to worry about trying to go through catching 100 of them to try and get the one with the right natures and the right IVs and all that stuff. And no breeding, of course, is in this game. So you just have the effort levels, just a simplified way. And I think it's a much nicer, much user-friendlier way to manage the power of your Pokemon. Something to keep in mind regarding that, however, is the size of the Pokemon, whether it be medium, large, or small, is going to also affect its HP and its speed. So keep that in mind. If you get a bigger Pokemon, it's going to have more HP. If you get a lighter Pokemon, which is also a smaller Pokemon, it's going to be faster. And if you get the middle one, you're just going to have an all-rounded one there. That's an interesting addition that they've added to this game, so do keep that in mind when you're going for the big alpha Pokemon or when you're catching a light species. Number 8, guys, mythical Pokemon can be shiny hunted. Number 9, shiny hunting is super easy in this game. Basically, every Pokemon that you aggro or come into range counts as an encounter, as opposed to the old way where you'd go around the grass and get one Pokemon and you have this whole animation and that's it, and that's the one Pokemon done. No, this is totally different. So the quickest way to shiny hunt is to just ride around on Weirdeer or fly around later in the game when you have that accessible, and every Pokemon you encounter, every Pokemon you can see, counts as an encounter. So you're going through them much faster than any other Pokemon game ever, and you'll be able to see them as shiny. And if you don't actually see them but they do come in range, you'll be able to hear the shiny animation, the sparkles. You actually just straight up hear it at full volume no matter what distance it is, so long as you actually find that shiny in range. So do keep that in mind. It's extremely easy to shiny hunt in this game. Not only that, but there are things called mass outbreaks which you will be able to see and hunt for a certain Pokemon, and the shiny odds are increased. The shiny odds for mass encounters are 1 in 683, whereas in normal it's 1 in about 4,000, but you also can get the shiny charm for later in the game as well, so that even increases your odds even further. Number 10, for the first half of the game, do spend your money wisely. There are options to spend a lot of money on certain things that you're not going to really know what they are. I don't recommend buying the expensive stuff because you're going to need that money. It's just going to be much more practical not to overspend in the first half of the game. So just be careful on that point. But don't worry, later on in the game you will be able to get a way to manufacture your own money-making system. You can actually craft items to sell specifically for money, and they are quite valuable, so that will be an easy farming method. And that is going to tie into the items you can get in the distortion that I was talking about earlier. So make sure you pick up everything. Alright guys, so that is the top 10 things to know about Pokemon Legends Arceus before going in. Thanks for watching. Drop a sub if you want to keep up to date with all the latest Pokemon Legends Arceus content. We got lots of guides, videos going down for this game already, and I can't wait to drop them for you guys and play through the game as well. I will be streaming the game over on twitch.tv/blaines. Please do stop in and say hi, and the videos will be going up on YouTube like normal. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Hopefully you find this video useful on day one. I'll see you guys around in the next video. Till then, bye!